But too many criminal offenders in Indiana serve their time, go on probation, and end up committing other crimes. When they do that, it's called recidivism. Indiana has one of the highest recidivism rates in the country. RTV6 reporter Derek Thomas looks into whether more money invested in probation would help.
According to the Pew report, Indiana incarcerates more people per capita than any state in the country. It costs $50,000 a year to keep an adult in prison. Can more money be spent on probation programs? 35-year-old Stanette Fox is on her way to take a drug test in the basement of the city-county building. She is transitioning to probation after serving 6 years in prison for Class B felony dealing drugs. You're not going to deal any more drugs?
Absolutely not.
You're not going to do any more crimes?
Not anymore.
Fox is currently staying at Crane House, a residential facility for women and their children. Its recidivism rates are less than 20%. But overall in this state, too many offenders end up back in prison.
Our recidivism rates over the last decade have been anywhere from 48 to 62%.
Marion County Judge Mark Stoner can't bang his gavel down hard enough to demonstrate his support for well-funded, effective probation programs. He believes we need a consistent definition of what recidivism is. We need researchers to track the effectiveness of probation programs. Many of those programs are privately operated, and those treatment providers need to be held accountable.
That we need to spend less money on prisons, which are incredibly expensive and incredibly counterproductive in terms of recidivism. And we need to start putting them into community-based programming.
The Indiana Prosecuting Attorneys Council does not believe probation is for everyone.
There are certainly probably some drug dealers that nothing's going to work for other than putting them in jail. There are many drug dealers who deal because they have an addiction, and they deal to support that addiction. And if they're willing to get help, then a society that believes in reformation should try to help them with that.
Powell wasn't talking about Fox, but he could have been.
You have to be determined. You have to want to do right. And you have to want to get things done and do things the right way so you'll be able to succeed.
I would probably be either institutionalized or 6 feet under.
That testimonial comes from four-time convicted drunk driver 42-year-old Marty Fincannon. In Grant County, he was faced with the choice of completing a drug court program or go to prison for 3 years. He completed the program and now serves as a mentor for other folks in drug court.
You have to keep giving back. If you don't give back, you take a chance of slipping back into the way that you were.
To me, it wasn't like a sentence. It was more of a privilege.
61-year-old Linda Johnson successfully finished the drug court program, too. She was an addict for 30 years, mostly cocaine and alcohol, but has now been clean and sober for 3 years.
You know, you have to really hit rock bottom for this program to work for you. And rock bottom is different for everybody. I was sick and tired. I was really tired, and I wanted to live.
Johnson and Fincannon are success stories, but back in Marion County, Judge Stoner has the final word.
And when you're as unsuccessful as we have been at 48 to 62%, we have to start doing things differently.
Trying to turn an adult's life around is a difficult process. You have to have enough staff, enough resources, and enough time to make it happen. Derek Thomas, RTV6.
In that Grant County drug court program graduates meet twice a week with the people currently in the program to help them make it to the finish line.